ARF Hammer fam, welcome back to HammeredHead. Today we're looking at the ARF Trooper from the Clone Wars collection. Pretty psyched for this guy because the Ryloth arc was just really dope. These guys were super badass in it and I really enjoyed watching them. So pretty psyched to see him in action figure form. I think the card back is pretty legit. Just a pretty standard headshot, but he looks badass in there. We got another Galactic Battle Game card and die. Another Sergeant Brick offer. And another secret code we'll give away, so stay tuned. Looking at him inside, the body looks like a pretty standard clone, but the helmet I think is pretty legit. I'm excited to see it up close. And we get another one of these cannons that fires missiles, which is pretty sick. Yeah, here on the back it looks like it's actually a shot from Christophsis, not Ryloth, compared to the card. But that's okay. CW18. Advanced Reconnaissance Fighter, ARF Troopers, often operate all-terrain recon transport, ATRT, walkers, on scouting or combat operations. Riding atop these armed vehicles, ARF Troopers can swiftly sweep through an area and cut down battle droids in their path. Yeah, it looks pretty cool in that pose too. Again, I'm psyched for this guy because the Ryloth arc was fire. And these guys are pretty cool. So let's take him out and look at him up close. And as always, he looks a lot better. Really like the poses you can get him into. Articulation is pretty solid. We'll look at it later, but it's not too tough to get the cannon in his hands, which is something I was worried about from Heavy. But I think he looks really great. The helmet is actually a lot more detailed than I thought, just from looking at him from the outside. But he's got some nice, like, green paint apps on him here. A really nice little decal on his helmet to sort of give him some personality. These blue stripes too. It adds like 3 different colors, like just to this individual helmet, which is really cool. And the sculpt all around is really dope. You can really tell that it's like the predecessor to a Scout Trooper helmet. So as for the rest of the sculpt, it's okay. Pretty standard, just like animated clone trooper look. Okay amount of detail on the sculpt. Very basic paint apps. It's just pretty much like black and white all the way around. But it looks good. It gets the job done. He does look like an ARF Trooper from the series. I like the belt a lot too, with the different pouches on it. Yeah, pretty basic, standard clone figure outside of the helmet. The peg holes are in like the front part of the foot. That happens on some figures for some reason. So just be aware of that, I guess. But yeah, I think he looks really badass. I think that helmet looks super, super intense. It's a really good, unique look for a clone trooper. The articulation is actually pretty phenomenal. He's got a ball head, with a really good range of motion up and down and all around. Then ball shoulders, again really solid range. Same on the elbows, ball. It's like a ball wrist kind of too, with a pretty solid range. Which that really comes in handy when he's trying to hold the blaster cannon thing. And then ball waist, again solid movement. And ball hips and knees and ankles, which have a really good range too. So all in all, this guy's articulation is actually really, really good. He can do pretty much anything you'd need. Solid amount of accessories. You got the Sergeant Brick mail-in. We get this secret code to Clone Wars Season 3 content. Get it while it lasts. We get a $5 off coupon for any Hasbro Star Wars vehicle purchase of $20 or more. This is insane. I can't believe this used to happen. Clone Cash. Nice little card with a great picture from Ryloth. Nice action shot with the ATRTs. And fits right into the stand here. Love to see it. So he's good at mechanical skill and luck, so good for him. Cannon, it's pretty much the same as the one that came with heavy. Slightly different paint apps, I think. And then the rocket again. And the blaster rifle is actually pretty solid sculpt too, which does fit nicely into his hand. Okay, it was kind of tough to get in there, but once he's holding it, it fits really well. He's got a really firm grip on it. Alright, let's test out the cannon. So, Mr. Hammer is about to break into this facility to steal booze or some shit, and the ARF Trooper is going to apprehend him. So, let's load up the rocket into his trusty cannon. There we go. Don't move. Oh my god. That's pretty strong. There you have it, ARF Trooper from the Clone Wars. I'm a fan of this guy. He's not super special, but the helmet is really unique. And I do think it's a great look on him. So if you like the Clone Wars or Ryloth arc, or I guess any of the other ones he was in, it's a pretty good pickup. I think the cannon is a weird choice to include here, because they're supposed to be like light reconnaissance troopers, so I don't know why he'd have like a heavy repeating cannon that he's got to lug around. So it doesn't really make sense to me that was included, but it looks good. And it's fun. It's a fun inclusion. You can use it with like a different figure if you wanted to. So all things considered, ARF Trooper is a pretty good pickup, and I would recommend him. But let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you to my Patreon subscribers. Don't forget to follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out the Patreon page, and don't forget, stay hammered.